TBTL.
Hello and welcome to another Hey Dummies. This is the newsletter video where we, the dummies, answer your questions. Today coming to you from Millennium Park, or parts pretty close to that, here in Chicago, Illinois. Taking a little evening stroll before I head over to the Studebaker Theater to do the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me radio program tonight. Boy, I'll tell you, Chicago on a nice spring night, not much like it. It's a pretty cool place. And it seems like an appropriate backdrop for our question this week, which comes from Teresa in Glenside, Pennsylvania. Teresa says, hello, I'm pretty sure that summer and summerish weather is gone, so I've been thinking about summer things a lot. Learn how to drive. Now listen, Teresa's letter is so old that it was back when Teresa was feeling sad about summertime ending. And now here we are, summertime about to start again. I got to get to these questions more quickly. Teresa's question says, I've been thinking about summer things a lot. I'm wondering what your memory is of your neighborhood ice cream truck, and did you have a specific order? In Neptune, New Jersey, where I was from, was a sad older hippie man, and I would get the Nutty Buddy. That was what Teresa used to get in Neptune, New Jersey. Well, where I grew up, we actually called it Popsicle Joe, Teresa. It was a bunch of these Jeeps that had been, I think they were postal service Jeeps that were like decommissioned or something, and this family in Seattle bought like 40 of these old Jeeps. And one of the original ones that they bought, maybe the first one, who's smoking weed out here? There is not a, look at this. Is there anyone close enough to me for it to just absolutely reek like weed? Chicago is dying, people. That's the only logical conclusion that I can draw from this, except for these people playing softball behind me being adorable. They're doing just fine. All right, I'm gonna make my way through this park because if I go over that way, it's gonna be way too busy. So this family bought this, started with one. I just looked this up, Teresa, that's why I know this. If you're from Seattle, you remember Popsicle Joe. And by the way, we didn't call it Ice Cream Joe, at least not in my household. It was always called Popsicle Joe for some reason, as opposed to a lot of other places, like, you know, the East Coast, New York, you got Mr. Softy. It's like ice cream is the kind of leading sort of product with the name. And where I'm from, it was the Popsicle Joe. Anyway, this guy bought one of these old like postal service Jeeps, and I guess it just said Joe on the door. Like that was just left over on there. And so the guy decided to start the company, I think it was called Joe's Confections or something. So anyway, we had Popsicle Joe. They went around in these Jeeps, and my life story, if I wrote a memoir, it would be, oh, look at this light. We're in the magic hour, my friends. My memoir would be called The Popsicle Truck Was Always One Block Away. Because I grew up in, you know, the city of Seattle, and it's a pretty tight urban environment, and I feel like we'd be playing baseball in someone's backyard, we'd be doing something, and I would hear the Popsicle Truck, some tinny, ridiculous song blaring from the vehicle, and I would look around. Oh my gosh, there's a dog. Can you see this? Hey buddy, hey buddy. There's a doodle over there. There's a golden doodle. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen, practically. Anyway, I would always hear the ice cream truck one block away, and then I would run over to where the noise had been, and then it would have moved on. So I actually really didn't get a ton of popsicle truck or ice cream truck experience in my life, Teresa. I will say that what I would buy if I ever actually managed to get a hold of the vehicle and I had some money with me, and by the way, those two things rarely happen at the same time. If I actually saw the guy, I probably never had any money on me, but I would get, my go-to would definitely be one of those, like a Nestle Crunch a bar, so that it was, you know, it was like vanilla ice cream on the inside, and then like, oh no, not Nestle Crunch. Which one had the rice in it? Is that, yeah, is that Nestle Crunch? Whatever one had the like rice in it, and then in the milk chocolate, that's what I would get. And I would try to eat all of the chocolate, because that to me was the real treat. I would eat all of the chocolate. I would try to denude the vanilla ice cream until it was just kind of, that's all it was. And then I would just try to lick that thing as quick as possible so that it would not completely melt everywhere. And that was, I mean, to this day, 48 years old, if you gave me an option of any kind of a frozen confection to purchase and consume, it would 100% be whatever that, yeah, Nestle Crunch, am I using the right word? Don't turn 48 if you can help it, and definitely don't turn 49, because you'll start forgetting things like ice cream products that you liked as a kid. So there's your answer, Teresa. It was Popsicle Joe when I could get it, and it was some kind of a chocolate, vanilla ice cream and rice thing that I can't remember the name of. Time for me to go do a radio show where I need to remember things and talk to like 7 million people. This seems like a good job description for me. You know, you notice at the beginning I mentioned that I was reading a question from Teresa that is so old. How old is it? So old that it was from like last fall. That's because we need more questions from you. Please email Andrew at tbtl.net. Put "Hey Dummies" in the subject line. Nothing is too personal or medical for us to answer. We will do nudity from the waist up. You just got to put it in your request. So please, Andrew at tbtl.net. Put "Hey Dummies" in the subject line so we can get some new awesome questions to answer for all of you. Thank you so much for subscribing to the newsletter. Thank you for being part of TBTL, and we'll see you next week.